This one, not a half like the previous boundary, just full of length.
This was swinging in, but he took that chance. He took that chance also hitting it in the air, but it was in the gap as well. He's got it with precision. The no ball just helping Nepal. The ball won't be counted and 5 added to the tally. This is one of those moments where Sheikh in hindsight would be thinking, had it also gone to the fielder, would have added no ball, but that risk was worth taking. It was there to be hit according to him.
Free hit ends up just being punched to mid-off, so no damage done from that. A pleasing start from Asif Sheikh, and as he frustrated himself out yesterday, gave it away a little bit to Kenjige, just chipped it out to deep extra cover. His strike rate is high enough now to just ease his way into his innings.
Sheikh today has to borrow a leaf out of Podell's book and bat that way. Hang in there, the runs will count. Straight back to the bowler, no worries. Andrew, what do you think would be the reason behind that particular no ball? It generated that wicket as well, and suddenly out of the blue tries to change the angle and oversteps.
Yeah, well, it is that change of angle, isn't it? You've got a significantly different approach to the crease from around the wicket, the angles you're running in, getting your body weight going towards the batsman, just getting over that front line. Thuds into the pad, but surely angling down. Bit of height, not a lot going for that one. Umpiring generally yesterday was very good, I felt. Some issues last week, being frank, with the Papua New Guinea matches. Some real difficulties for one or two of the umpires, and a couple of the decisions probably not.
विदेशमा पनि सित्तैमा यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
डिसोम फाइबर नेट।
भाइ कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको।
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
Already receding, just the one slip in place now, more of a ring field. 4 fielders in that ring, a tightly packed ring on the offside.
Bat turned a little. It's going to be a heavy ball, it seems. Kalimullah has the capacity to generate such a heavy ball. He's an exciting bowler to watch out. He's someone to watch out for. And up against him is Gyanendra Malla.
Beautifully bowled. Really good. That's his natural length. It's that back of a length coming through around the shoulder height of the bat. It's not short enough to pull or to hook or to cut. Fired up Mala. It's beating them all ends up here.
And that's one of the reasons that he's so exciting to watch Kalimullah. time and again there will be a delivery that will be an unanswered question. Gyanendra Malla and waiting with his reply.
Through the air on the offside and no gully in place, so get a good sense there as to just how short that boundary is down to third man. May even see a few sixes hit down towards that direction from this end. The uppercut over the offside will certainly be an option with the extra pace on the ball.
In the first 10, definitely. But can the scoreboard also read a story that will allow you to flex your muscles? That early wicket is caused them to take some calculated risk and not go berserk.
Yeah, the majority of the threat in this Omani bowling lineup will be up top. Will be these overs from Bilal Khan and Kalimullah. So even though Nepal have chosen to bat first and won the toss, if they can get through this power play, they won't mind if they're only going at, say, 4 and over, which is what they're going at the moment. If they could get to the end of this power play 40 for 1, I think it's actually probably a pretty good position. Plenty of inexperienced bowlers to come. More balls down towards third man. It's a real action position, isn't it, for Mohammad Nadeem?
He was almost in action. He'd been kept busy over here. That extra bounce is something that he needs to thank him. End of the over, 6 gone, 25 for 1.
त्यसमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय
सबैजनामा एउटा रिक्वेस्ट, प्लिज हाम्रो यो युट्युब च्यानललाई सब्सक्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है। आजको हाम्रो मिसन भनेको 200 लाइक्स अनि केही सब्सक्राइबर गेन गर्नु। प्लिज सब्सक्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है। हामी तपाईहरुमा यो लाइभलाई अन्त्यसम्म देखाउने प्रयास गर्नेछौँ।
For Nepal with the bat, recovering from that early loss. Player of the match yesterday, literally from hero to zero because it was a duck for Kushal Bertel today. Second ball duck. Nicely bowled by Bilal Khan, but I think he'll watch it back and wonder if he had to play at it. Short ball will be signalled wide down the leg side. Bilal Khan doesn't look happy with that. Not too sure why that is.
It's definitely for the line and on the height. Asif Sheikh threw him. Wanted to get some piece of that because it was a guaranteed boundary according to him. Fine leg inside the circle. And very instinctive as well. Asif Sheikh could have picked up a boundary. Bilal Khan needs to recalibrate his line and length.
Again, right into the top of the bat, via the bat. Even Bilal Khan hitting that hard length. Very different bowler though, isn't he? Big, strong man. Does an awful lot of work in the gym. Anyone on the Instagram will enjoy Bilal Khan as well. He's a bit prolific on there. He's fond of 3 or 4 Instagram lives a day. Whether that's just walking around the training facility in the gym, telling you what he's having for dinner. Definitely worth a follow on there.
Initially wanted that single, swooping on it. And there is backup, not 1 but 2 lines of defense. Mini story. Get to the other end. Sheikh. But it was also on the back foot, remember, more ground to cover. Gyanendra Malla said nothing doing, can't cover 22 yards in that time. Fielder swoops in.
Going to be runs through the offside, and he's got it well enough to get it away for a boundary. Was just for a moment in the air. Don't think that Ayan Khan, the debutant at backward point, was in any way interested, but just shows the additional pace of Bilal Khan. Just how quickly that's raced away. And Asif Sheikh is dominating this partnership. He picks up another boundary.
Asif Sheikh was very eager to know which way the wind is blowing as well. Would want its assistance while hitting it in the air. But this time he just said, well, that's there for me to be hit.
think Asif Sheikh, it's his time to step up now. We saw him complement and really play the lesser card, the undercard role to Kushal Bertel throughout the Tri-Series back in April, that T20I Tri-Series. But now in the 50 over format, should be his favourite format of the two. His fourth one-day international today after a couple against Papua New Guinea last week. He'll be disappointed with how he gave it away yesterday. Today's the day. And today could well be his day. That's a lovely shot. There is protection out there. Mohamed Nadeem will make good ground across to that.
Score reaches 30. 31 now, and Sheikh's 21 out of those. And he's got it in good time, 21 or 24. Didn't get stuck today. He's got to start again. He's putting the hard yards. He's seen 24 balls. Now can he make it big? Muller on strike at the moment.
Well, that's a special shot. Probably a little bit too predictable from Bilal Khan with the field that he has set. And Gainendra Mal has rolled his wrists on that really, really well. The man's out at deep mid-wicket. Fine leg up in the circle. Another freebie for a bowler of Bilal Khan's quality. That's not a good over. 10 runs coming from it. Nepal continue to prosper now. 35 for 1.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवनभर।
सबैजनालाई एकदमै धन्यवाद। हाम्रो 100 लाइक पुरा भएको छ र सब्सक्राइबर पनि बढ्दैछ। म सम्पूर्णमाझ एउटा रिक्वेस्ट गर्न चाहन्छु, तपाईँ हाम्रो च्यानललाई सब्सक्राइब गरिदिनुहोस्। हामी तपाईँहरूमाझ अन्त्यसम्म लाइभ देखाउनेछौँ। धन्यवाद।
This time, and Asif Sheikh, his technique just looks $1 million. Glorious stroke, punch off the back foot. 4 more.
Started to expect that extra bounce. Nicely on top of it, in the gap as well. Ball will trickle away to the fence. Really no chance for the fielders. Once it beat the 30-yard circle, there was 4 written all over it. Now what will be interesting to see is how Kalimullah reacts. First ball goes for a boundary. Zishan Maqsood, the skipper, having a word with Kalimullah, asking him if he needs a field change. A tweak of the angles perhaps, but not a tweak of the fielder himself. The slip has disappeared now. He'll change himself into a catching position at mid-wicket. More protection on the leg side then. 4 on the offside inside the ring. No, Jatinder's realized it's not going to be mid-wicket for him. He's changing again. They want a fine leg in place. Square leg comes in. And the slip will remain. So they do trust to get that outside edge as well. Here's Kalimullah.
Yeah, top of the table, Oman, in ICC Cricket World Cup League 2. These games all supported by Dream 11, of course. And they're playing the 6th ranked Nepal, but that's very deceiving. Very deceiving indeed, because Nepal have only played 5 matches. And they've won 3 and lost 2. USA have already played 13, so they may well be up in second. But this in many ways could be a clash between 2 of the best sides in the tournament. You'd have to think Scotland definitely in the mix, Namibia and the USA as well. Papua New Guinea and the UAE have a bit of work to do, a bit of work to catch up. 36 ODIs all of these sides will play, with the top 3 from the 7-team table going on to gain direct qualification to the Cricket World Cup qualifier 2023.
Huge appeal, but Kalimullah is pleading. umpire doesn't buckle under pressure.
And this is good umpiring from Ahmed Shah Pikteen. It's a slightly ludicrous appeal, really. Well entitled, but you cannot charge towards the umpire. Clearly going well over the top. And look at him, making significant ground back towards the umpire. You can't do that. And Ahmed Shah Pikteen might not just be giving him a warning there. Kalimullah skating on very, very thin ice. More than entitled to appeal. You can appeal vehemently for as long as you want, but you cannot charge back towards the umpire.
Straight to point. Hit crisply, but straight to point. Kalimullah gets some support from the fielders. Once again, width has been troublesome for Kalimullah. Every time he's given width, the batsman has whipped it away. I just get a feeling if Kalimullah tries to once again keep it outside off, the batsman will compensate by shredding outside off a little and scoring on the leg side.
Lovely shot. Down the ground, just stand and deliver. The first time we've seen Kalimullah really over pitch at all. And Mohammed Asif Sheikh is playing a little gem of a knock here. Moves to 29 off 30. That's probably the shot of the day so far.
Pickup shot. Again, restrictions in place. There is no long on. Easy pickings. He's seen the ball really well. 29 of 30 now. Sheikh, Nepal move on to a 43 for 1.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको।
Forte later in his career. Started out as a real dasher, didn't he, at the top of the order, smashing the ball everywhere and introducing himself to the world of cricket at that 2015 ICC World T20 qualifier in Scotland and Ireland. As Oman came from nowhere, really. They didn't think they came from nowhere, but for the general cricket fans around the world, I think they were ranked 13th or 14th of the 14 sides going to that tournament. They found a qualification spot, and then they went on to beat Ireland famously up in Dharamsala. Zishan Maksud had such a big role with the bat in that qualifier. Going to do the business with the ball now with his left arm tweakers. Just mainly rely on drift, not a huge turner of the ball.
But he still got slip. He believes to challenge the outside edge. He's also got a man lurking around the deep square leg region in case that shot, which Gyanendra Malla loves to play on the leg side. We've already seen glimpses of it in the previous innings of his. As he's inviting Gyanendra Malla to go over the top, especially in the cow corner region. That's interesting tactic because Malla loves that invite. Quicker this time. We've seen 4 deliveries so far from Maksud, and all of them different pace applied on it. Good change in pace.
I think the way that the Nepali batsman played the spin attack of America yesterday actually won them the game. Good piece of work there at extra cover by Sandeep Good, probably one of the strongest fielders in the Somani side. Just see the wrist work. It's what we didn't see from the American batsman yesterday. A huge amount of. That wasn't a bad delivery, but Mala's clever enough to use his wrist to get it through the offside, pierce the gap and get it away for a couple to deprive Maksud of a maiden. 2 runs coming from that over. It's 45 for 1. If we do take a look at the cards from yesterday, the 3 spinners for Nepal, Lamachani, Sushambari and Kushal Malla bowling their 30 overs. Going just 111 runs, taking 5 wickets. So going at under 4 and over collectively.
धन्यवाद सबैमा लाइभमा जोडिनु भएकोमा हामी निकै नै आभारी छौँ तपाईहरू हाम्रो लाइभ जोडिनु भयो तपाईहरू हाम्रो च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् हामी यो लाइभलाई अन्त्यसम्म देखाउने प्रयत्न गर्नेछु म तपाईहरुमा फेरि पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु
Not only that, when one bowler keeps it tight, he might not always reap the rewards of wickets, but the other might, because the batsman may target the other. Hence more chances created by the other. That's cricket, isn't it? It's a team game.
So one of the great men involved in this story, this journey of Omani cricket, Mohammad Nadeem, into the attack. There's a very large aspect of Benjamin Button to Mohammad Nadeem. Every time I see him, he seems to look a bit younger. 38 years of age now. And certainly in the latter stages of his career, might even be a little bit more than that. In fact, 39 years of age now. Born in Pakistan. He's got a great record, not just with the ball, also with the bat. He's noticeably quicker than you might think. Sheikh using that pace to good measure, and he will come back for a second. Mala just needs to get going at the non-striker's end. He does. He's quite slingy, and again he complements the other two seamers really nicely.
Talking of slingy, we can't forget Muniz Ansari. The way he took the world by storm when he played for Oman. It's because of him that many bowlers in Oman also started with a slinging action. Many kids picked up the ball and said, well, we will bowl this way. Reminded you of Malinga, didn't he? Didn't have the pace like Malinga, but always was up for a fight. Gee, that Yorker that he bowled in the World Cup before qualifiers.
Good work. Diving stop. What's quite a square point. Interesting fielding position. That's one of the three debutants. Shoaib Khan, the youngest of the three debutants, 26 years of age. Joined by Ayan Khan, 29 years of age, and Nestor Damba, 31. See this quite a lot from Oman. The players that they bring in, they don't tend to be 17, 18, 19-year-olds. They're guys who may have learned quite a lot of their cricket in other regions. In the three debutants examples today, all three learning the majority of their cricket across in India.
I think that's great. Open-mindedness. What do you feel? We've talked about cricket being an accommodative game and age just being a number.
Yeah, all three of those debutants born in India. Ayan Khan played a little bit as well for Madhya Pradesh. You'll forgive me for my pronunciation, you'll do that better in a moment. And then Nestor Damba, born in Maharashtra.
Nestor Damba with his spin. Would like to see if it imbibed the Maharashtrian way of being a spin bowler. The Caduce way of being there. They use that word a lot. It's local cricket slang there. Good stop. Good stop.
Slightly strange piece of fielding really from the skipper. He's ended up kind of rolling all around it. Always going to get back for two though. Good example there again though of the additional pace that Nadeem brings. Sheikh late on the pull shot and just rushed onto the bat. He's got a real knack of taking wickets. We saw this in Kathmandu. He was a strike bowler in these middle overs, almost playing that kind of Liam Plunkett role that was so effective for England in the 2019 World Cup, coming in and bowling with a slightly older ball. If we look at the form bowlers in this Cricket World Cup League 2, as we get to the end of the power play, the end of the 10th over, it's 49 for 1. Nepal.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवन भरको
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
फेरि म सबैजनालाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु तपाईहरु लाइभ स्ट्रिममा जोडिदिनु भएको छ र यही च्यानलमा तपाईहरुको नेक्स्ट गेमहरु पनि आउने वाला छ है अनि जति जनाले सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनु भएको छ तपाईहरुलाई धेरै धेरै स्वागत छ अनि के भन्छ जो मान्छे अहिलेसम्म तपाईहरु सब्स्क्राइब गर्नु भएको छैन हामीले सपोर्ट गर्नुस् च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुस् प्लिज अनि साथीहरुलाई भन्नुस् कि यही च्यानलबाट लाइभ देखाउनु हामी कोशिश गरिरहेका छौं धन्यवाद प्लिज सब्स्क्राइब
work that these Nepali batsmen have. The 50 comes up just one delivery after the end of the first power play into power play 2 now. 4 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle, but I feel if that ball was bowled to one of the American batsmen yesterday, they might have just worked it with a straighter bat into the offside, into the covers for a dot ball. Mala good enough to get it behind square, manipulate it. And again follows it up. Great wrist work. Over pitch this time. This partnership really starting to prosper. Mala and Sheikh working well together.
Once again, Pierce in the gap. I think Mala will have a quiet word with the outfield saying, befriend me. Maqsood wouldn't mind that. He's pulling the batsman outside his comfort zone. Once again.
Yeah, 3 balls in a row. Exactly what I'm talking about. The first one was a good length delivery that he's just manipulated by opening his wrists, opening the face of the bat, getting it behind square on the offside. Second delivery too full, works it through the gap. And then that one again, just using the pace, and it's brought about a change in the field because there's a cover sweeper gone out about 10 yards off the rope. And Mala's got triple doubles, back to back to back twos. Really good batting.
This will be a dot ball. We've seen Ian Bell talk about it, tap and run, and try and make the opponents make that field change that allows a better area to open up for you as a run scoring opportunity, a favourite area.
And it's brought about that change in the field as well, hasn't it? Because point now has gone backward. Mala unable to beat the gap that time. Just a little bit of turn for Maqsood, a bit shorter.
And Maqsood's not someone who will shy away from using the crease as well, little.
Good batting, 7 runs from the over at this stage of the game. That's really profitable stuff with 0 risk. Excellent from the Nepali captain. It's 56 for 1.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवन घरको
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार
So the construction work continues and players not taking a formal drinks break, but I think just being allowed to get a few liquids on. Very, very hot indeed. Talking to our driver coming out here this morning from where we're staying in downtown Rui, the old town of Muscat. He was saying it's significantly hotter for this time of year than it usually is. Usually in September they get a lovely cooling off phase and they get a nice wind coming across to keep things cool, but right now 38 degrees centigrade, that's 100 Fahrenheit, believe it or not, and even the home side asking for the few extra liquids to be run on.
There's a construction work going on outside, just outside the playing area. It's going on inside the playing area too. These two constructing a very good partnership, bringing Nepal back into the game. There was an early hiccup, which has now been sorted. 11 overs, 56 for 1. You'll take that most day. The team will continue from Alamirat end. 3 fielders inside the circle on the off, 1 patrolling the sweeper area.
For Oman, they're going to need a breakthrough from Mohammed Nadeem. Or Zishan Maksud, the tournament's joint leading wicket taker, but it was Nadeem who had the golden arm there in Kathmandu. He was constantly finding those breakthroughs.
At the moment, Nadeem is foregoing his slip, and hence he has a man at catching position at mid-wicket, a short mid-wicket. Andrew, you mentioned that he bowls that heavy ball as well at times. The batsman trying to compensate by using the depth of the crease, you feel?
A lovely shot and a good hand, really firm hand from Mohammed Nadeem has probably cut off the boundary.
That could have been close. Direct hit could have been very, very close.
Yeah, 8 wickets in 4 appearances from Mohammed Nadeem in the last international match, all the way 18 months ago. 580 days later, in fact it's 581 days later for Oman. They got back on the pitch in international cricket. They did have a series against Mumbai. Big learnings from that series. This very ground. Good batting again from Sheikh. Will get through for a single. Came out on the wrong side of some heavy defeats.
Twice in this over now, they've hit it almost nowhere but completed a single. The early one being risky, this time a little bit more, a little bit better. And this is what happened 2 balls ago. He was late to start off, was also a little hesitant. Direct hit could have been really, really close. This is what happens when you build that pressure, when you cut off those boundaries a little. Mullah on 21 will face Nadeem. Catch it is the call. Thank you, says the fielder. Number 19 would say, that's what I do day in and day out. Andrew, those singles have brought this wicket. What do you feel?
Well, it's Mohammed Nadeem with the golden arm. He's done it again. That slightly slinging action, it was a wide half volley, not a good delivery. But all Gyanendra Malla can do is hit it straight to a delighted debutant at backward point. Nestor Damba has taken the simplest of catches. Nadeem keeps doing what he's doing at the ripe old age of 39. What a man he is. An all-round cricketer, an all-round star for a man. Malla is going to be distraught. He's gone for 21 from 33 deliveries. Nepal now 58 for 2.
Once again gets the start but doesn't convert it into a big one. Sheikh would be kicking himself. Mullah was distraught at the other end too. Watching that ball being clasped to perfection by the...
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको। डिसोमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा। यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
Dish Home Fiber Net.
The star from the previous match comes to the middle, walking in at number 4. He will get more time today to build that innings. Rohit Patel.
Rohit Patel is in at number 4. Fine knock yesterday. Not his most fluent, a real battling innings. He struggled throughout. Strike rate almost the entire way throughout that knock was hovering between 30 and 40. He looked like he was going to be dragging the game right out to the very final over, but just at some critical moments started finding some boundaries. 3 big sixes helped pick that strike rate up, and he ended up getting his side over the line. It was very interesting chatting to Dav Watmore last night, the Nepal head coach, as Powell gets off the mark. With Nepal 59 for 2 after 12. He was saying he agreed. He didn't feel that it was a fine innings from Powell, but the thing he loved about it was the fact that the 19-year-old didn't give it away. So many youngsters would have felt the pressure, felt the discomfort, and just...
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको।
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Brain. And today he's got to build the innings once again. That's what cricket does to you, isn't it? 100 yesterday would mean nothing today. That's something like that. He's got to build that innings again. Maqsood. I think the batsman has scored more runs off the edge of the bat today to Maqsood in that particular region rather than the full phase of it. They're quite happy gliding the ball.
I think again he's played for that. There's no edge there. He's just working that behind square in the offside. You're watching it right onto his bat, opening the face, gets through for a single. It's good batting. Again, no real turn on offer for Maqsood, just going on with the arm.
He's being very tactical with the release point though. Doesn't shy away from coming a little wider to create that angle to trouble the batsman. Maqsood's got a slip.
तेरो ओभरको लास्ट बलमा के हुन सक्छ होला तेरो ओभरको लास्ट बलमा के हुन्छ अब 6 औं बलमा के हुनेछ
तो आपके लिए अलाउ हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी भाई, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है। श्रीदेव
का फायदा इंस्टेंट पेटीएम और बैंक विड्रॉल की फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल है। तो
slower through the air, and I think that may well have been the leg break. Coming out, very different action altogether. A bit of variation from the Omani captain. 3 runs coming from that over. Nepal 62 for 2.
Shake with his.
Playing a miss. And Oman now on the attack, slip and gully into play. They know that Nadeem is one of their trump cards. Good Good to see Maksud going on the attack. That's just always fields in his big wide brim floppy hat, and keep your eyes on him. If he takes a good catch or gets to 50 or 100 later today, we'll see some exuberant celebrations. Celebrations yesterday were all a bit more muted. Some emotion as well we saw from Manak Patel, just how much that century meant for him, for USA. Good batting. Is on the hop a little, that's the extra pace of Nadeem, but gets it into the leg side. An immediate call through for the single.
Very well responded by Sheikh. Odell, for a man who's hit it, knew that he can cover the yards. But great response from Sheikh. Trusting his partner, putting his head down and running. Oman wanted a wicket at that stage, they got it. They got rid of the skipper, Gyanendra Malla.
Just guided off the face. Just a little slow to get going. Such a short boundary down there that he will just keep it to a single. That's going to be interesting to see throughout the day how that comes into play. Batsman from the other end of the ground to the bowler, currently the pavilion end. Will they target the leg side?
जापानी सियान सुपर च्याट गर्नुभएकोमा धेरै धेरै
स्क्रीन पे 2 नंबर दे रखा है भाइयों, तो ऊपर में जो दे रखा है ऑनलाइन आईडी के लिए, वहां पे ऑनलाइन आईडी आपको व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे मिल जाएगी. बहुत ही ट्रस्ट.
That comes into play. Will we see some of the batsmen from the other end of the ground to the bowler? Currently the pavilion end, will they target the leg side? Will they look to take on the sort of 55-metre hit? It's particularly short on the corners around what will be a cow corner, or from this end of the ground is the third man, of course. It's a lovely shot, a square drive, and good work in the deep. Shoaib Khan, one of the 3 men on debut for Oman. Perhaps if you're just tuning in for the first time today on ICC.tv, you're very welcome indeed. Or you could be watching on there on fan code the Dream 11 app in the Indian subcontinent. That's India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, or the Maldives. We're back in Nepal, where we know for a fact that millions are watching on Action Sports HD. Very welcome indeed. Andrew Leonard here with Suhas Vedam in the commentary box. The game is nicely poised with Nepal having won the toss and decided to have a bat first. They have lost 2 wickets. Just a pick up into the leg side. Going to be more runs. He's timed that quite well, but slow outfield will just make it hold up. 2 more to the total.
What a slow outfield also means there's lots of ground to cover for the fielders, and they've done it really well. The 2 debutants have been very impressive on the field so far. Shoaib and Nusrat Hamba. Nusrat, of course, has played other formats of the game, but in this one, it's his first. Once again, Andrew, you mentioned that he'll hurry the batsman. This time he did. Batsman lost his timing a little on that shot. Good work by Nadeem. Wanted to go for that extravagant swing on the leg. Missed it completely. Suraj collects it calmly. End of the over. 14 gone. 67 for 2 Nepal. Maksud will continue. Slip in place.
Hit into the air. Fortunately for Nepal, it's just going to land out of reach. Hands on head in the ring. Just scooped up. A bit of a nothing shot. I'm not sure if he was trying to go over mid-off. Mid-off was up in the circle, but just skews off an outside edge. Lands very fortuitously.
Also against the wind, so the ball didn't travel. Lucky on that occasion. There was a fielder lurking. Maksud's kept it tight so far. Now it's important the Sheikh doesn't give it away. Now he's got Podell at the other end, who is always ever ready to pick up that single. Very quick on his feet, nimble feet on either ends for Nepal. Andrew, your thoughts on Sheikh's approach to the innings?
Just a little bit of spin on the ball has ended up deceiving Shoaib Khan. It's flicked into the leg side, but the extra revs on that one from Zishan Maksud have made it spin away from him. Almost done him like a bit like a googly. Just got caught in the turf and the spin allows a single. Nicely driven down the ground by Powdell. Amazing to think this young man, just 19 years of age. Remember, he's probably only, may have been in the side, but definitely only batting 4 because of the injury to Dipender Singh Airi. And how the youngster, the 19-year-old, has stepped up. Scores here of 41 in the first match against Papua New Guinea, followed by a player of the match. Well, not a player of the match, he was unlucky not to be player of the match with 86. That was because of Sandeep Lamachani, 6 for 11. And then 62 not out yesterday. Really fine start for the young man who plays for the Army side there in Nepali domestic cricket. Just his 9th one-day international today. Already averaging over 40. Approaching 300 runs. A great start to the youngster's career. 15 overs gone, 71 for 2.
Nepal wanted a little bit of a partnership going after losing their skipper. That's exactly what has happened so far. This is the side for Nepal. Today Kushal Bhartel left early. Mohammad Asif Sheikh out there in the middle. Yanindra Malla got the start, couldn't convert. Rohit Podell in the middle with Sheikh. Vinod Bhandari to come, Karan Casey to come, Sompal Kami, the all-rounder. Picked from Soap, Kushal Malla, Sandeep Lamichhane, the ever-exciting. And then got an 11th man.
Nadeem continues to just cause a bit of problems. It's just this funny action. He's a big long run up, and then the ball is on you much quicker than you'd think. Very athletic for a man definitely in the latter stages of his career. He seems to hurry every batsman he bowls to.
But why do you think the batsman was spending the timing on that shot as well? Is he trying to hit it too hard?
There's an aspect to that. Sheikh just needs to rely on his technique, his timing. Again, the ball rushing the batsman. Just quicker on him than Sheikh can anticipate, and he's definitely causing problems. I'd like to see a slip in place here, even though Sheikh's on 40. I think that Nadeem could just produce something that might find an outside edge.
The lone wicket that Nadeem's picked up so far is when the batsman was coming after him, not when he was trying to defend. But now with a little bit of shape that Nadeem's generating, a slip wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Maksud, the skipper, is a lone man inside the circle on the leg side. Here's Nadeem. Straight to the skipper. No damage done.
Yeah, really good stuff this from Mohammad Nadeem. Just bringing Oman back into the game a touch. Remember, they'll have been rocked and rocked in a big way. The absence of the leading run scorer in the tournament, Aqib Ilyas. In fact, he was the player of the Tri-Series in Kathmandu. Omani's star batter really. Kerala, probably their star all-rounder, the leg spinning opening batsman. Both of those players, not only not in the starting 11 today, not able to take part as sub-fielders, so just the one man, Sufyan Mahmood, is the 12th man if there's any injuries to cover. And then late approval for the extra man, Prithu Kumar, who can come on as a 13th man if they do have 2 injuries. And with the oppressive heat, I think that's a pretty sensible decision. In fact, my thermometer now has just tipped 40 degrees at 3:40 p.m. local time. It's as hot as it's been. I've been here for about 10 days now. It's as hot as it's been so far.
He's also turning the heat on, Mohammad Nadeem. 4 dot balls strung together. This garland of dot balls, will that be changed or will it continue to have another pearl? This over, dot, 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 pressure on. How's Shape gonna reply?
Quick single, chance taken, direct hit's going to be very close indeed. Amachap Pakteen was quick into position and he gives it not out. There was jumping celebrations from the fielders all around him. This looks very, very close indeed. We're going to need to rely on the replay. The direct hit was effective, but let's take a look. Those dot balls built up the pressure. Sheikh quick off the mark. Look at this. Jatinder Singh has made good ground. Oh, was he not just short?
Rightly so, very excited. He's still there, But right now he's yet to believe that a 22 yards is actually a 22 yards. Ask him, he'll probably say it's 100.
Welcome back after the drinks break. Let's take a quick look at the match summary, the state of play with Nepal, the visitors here to the Oman Cricket Academy for this, the second game of 6 in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2, supported by Dream 11. Nepal won the toss, chose to bat first, and they've been off to a pretty good start, probably maybe slight advantage to Nepal at the moment, 74 for 2 after 16. They'll be disappointed to lose their skipper though, Gyanendra, to the man who just seems to always take wickets for Oman. It's Mohammed Nadeem. And a change in the commentary box. Andrew Leonard here on call, as I have been throughout the week. It's also going to have a change in bowling. The debutant, the left-arm spinner, Ayan Khan. That's his first ball in international cricket. The change in the commentary box, I've got Jamil Zaidi, the former manager of the Oman team. There famously at that T20 World Cup in India in 2016. He's going to come in and join me now in a moment. Jamil, how are you? Great to catch up again. Okay, sorry, just getting Jamil's microphone turned on. We'll introduce him in a moment after this ball. Yeah, so Jamil, great to have you and great to see you again. It's been a little bit too long, 18 months or so since I saw you.
Yes, thank you, and to see you again, and thank you very much for being part of your commentary team. I would like to thank also Oman Cricket.
Jamil, tell us about this project and the development that's going on here. Construction all around, the T20 World Cup just a matter of weeks away.
Yeah, it's really a miraculous development has been taking place in Oman cricket. And we never ever thought that World Cup will be played in Oman.
Big appeal, probably just sliding down like a good start to international cricket for Ayan Khan. Just one run coming from his first over, 17 gone, 75 for 2.
Ayan is a very good left-arm bowler and a brilliant batsman as well. And I told you that Oman has got this history of being the host of the International World Cup T20. And all credit goes to the Kimji family, especially Pankaj Kimji, the vibrant and the dynamic chairman after the late Mr. Kanak Kimji. All his efforts and the entire board has been given a tremendous help to him.
Yeah, an amazing job that Mr. Pankaj Kimji, who was with us just a couple of days ago, handing out that Player of the Match award for that.
पुनः एक रन आएको छ नेपालको।
प्रदर्शन गरिरहेको छ ओमनको बलिङ लाइनअपबाट धेरै नै डट
नेपालले आज टस जितेर पहिला ब्याटिङ गरेको र ब्याटिङ गर्ने क्रममा यति बेला नेपाल 17.3 ओभरमा 79 रनको स्कोरमा 2 विकेटको क्षतिमा रहेको छ र नेपालले
ओमान और नेपाल के दरमियान आज का लाइव मैच अगर आप अपने मोबाइल की स्क्रीन के ऊपर
स्क्रीन पे 2 नंबर दे रखा है भाइयों, तो ऊपर में जो दे रखा है ऑनलाइन आईडी के लिए, वहाँ पे ऑनलाइन आईडी आपको व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे मिल जाएगी। बहुत ही ट्रस्टेड है और इनका काम बहुत ही जबरदस्त है, तो इनका फ्रॉड का कोई काम ही नहीं है। इनका मैंने बहुत जबरदस्त काम देखा है। आप जाके वहाँ से आईडी
5 बलमा पनि 1 रन, अब 6 बल गर्ने
एकले ह्यासट्याग आसिफ इन द च्याट बक्स है त सबैजनाले ह्यासट्याग आसिफ लेखौँ है त।
And fielding today has been a little slow, isn't it? Yeah. Well, you can guess it absolutely right. Also standing in the last 10 years of world cricket was the most historic period for world cricket from 2014. shortened match. Then you beat the Netherlands at their own game. Unfortunate. And I at one for massive shot go through first. The first slip it was at that point station. The goalie was crossed the first slip, is by the edge for Ben. Goes straight to where it would have been cricket. It's funny out there. Well, I thought that at this ball, there should be a slip and a gully. It really has started nicely. The step up to international cricket.